there is an awful lot of information already out. Whenever the reason for a clinical trial is to introduce a new drug. If it hasn't been tested, that drug has to put in an application for effectiveness, for toxicity, and some other things. You put in an application, first of all, to CDC. So CDC gets the first stop of every drug, whether it's a new drug or a new use for a drug or a new service in which that drug or that process is going to be used. It starts at CDC. If there is any thoughts of patenting that drug, there's a patent office that has everything about that drug. And so you would apply to the United States Patent Office. They keep a list of every drug out there if it's been patented. Thirdly, Social Security. Anybody in on Social Security? Use Social Security? Have Social Security benefits of any type? That's the biggest information maker on the planet. Your information is there at no cost to you. You simply need to go to your Social Security website, put in a query, and they will send you all the information you need about your drugs, about clinical trials related to your drugs or your health condition, or the pharmaceutical companies that are going to be working with you. Every pharmaceutical company out there has an application at Social Security. That's how they get paid. So if you want to know that, go to Social Security, go to your website, you have a Social Security number. Profile your information, go to Social Security, download that information. They already have an app that you go to your Social Security website, download the app, and they will get you that information. The other place is the Insurance Institute. Every drug out there is insured and a value placed on the value of that product by the Insurance Institute. The Insurance Institute has every pharmaceutical company, every drug, every would-be drug, every application out there on all of these drugs, all of the pharmaceutical companies. Okay. If you want to know what clinical trials are going on, you can get that information simply by going to that entity or to Social Security. You can go to Social Security and find out what clinical trials are going on with any product on the market.
Thank you.
A couple of years ago, if you don't mind, please, you remember we had the outbreak of Ebola hit Dallas. Nobody knew what to do. There were no medicines out there to cure Ebola. And we had to come up with something quick. We began to look for research, and sure enough, we found out that Johnson & Johnson had been doing research on Ebola for well over 30 years. They had a solution. The county called the CDC. The CDC called the county back and told them exactly where to go. And they sent them down to Atlanta, where they were able to get those drugs and do some good.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.